Hi, this is Pat Moorhead, and we're here with Daniel Newman and Ryan Shrout, and we are super excited to introduce a new company that the three of us are joining forces to create. It's called Signal65, and it really hits at the claims, the performance claims made by technology companies, from the data center all the way to the client computer and everything in between. You know, guys, the environment is getting so complex, right? Not only in AI, but even client computing, particularly in areas of AI, right? Where you have multiple ways that you can test, multiple frameworks you can use, and the hardware spans all the way from CPU, GPU, FPGA, to ASIC. But one thing we know for certain, and it's clear, is that clarity to the end customers or the buyers, it needs a signal or a sign that something has been tested. Kind of like the good housekeeping seal of approval for benchmarks or for measure of merit.
Yeah, so, Signal65 really came from the concept of cutting the signal through the noise. And so we want to be the trusted partner, the validator, to help confirm, help vendors understand if they're really meeting the mark, and then ultimately help the consumers understand if these technological promises that are being made are real. And it's important, and it's something that, at Futurum, we've done this for a long time. And so you think about what we're really setting up and how we're combining forces. Through the series of acquisitions the Futurum Group has made, we acquired a company called Evaluator Group. And Evaluator Group had been in the lab technology performance measurement business for many, many years. And so we work with some of the world's most exciting and biggest technology companies. We work with chip makers, we work with solutions providers, software companies. And we've been doing this kind of measure of merit thing for some time. But one of the things I know, and Pat, from joint ventures we've had in the past, is that sometimes collaboration, sometimes bringing together forces is really important. And in this industry, when we're really trying to get it, chip makers, we're trying to get it infrastructure providers, we're trying to get it software companies. It's also about having the right partnerships. And of course, you and I have shown in the market through the 6.5 that we can have a great partnership. But when Ryan Shrout, when you, and we had the chance to reconnect this year, had a chance to sit down and talk a little bit about what you wanted to do after spending the past several years at Intel in the performance lab, and obviously understanding the advisory space, the consulting space, like us. I think it was just a serendipitous moment for us to say, hey, let's come together. Let's take the lab. We have a lab in Boulder. We have data center resources in Chicago. We have lab technicians around the world. We've got a great couple of folks that are leading our strategies in data center AI, and bring you, who obviously has deep client computing capabilities as well as experience in the data center. And so why don't you talk a little bit about your vision of what we're going to do now that we're launching Signal65?
Yeah, look, I'm really excited about this. This is something I'm incredibly passionate about. Even before my days at Intel, I spent 18 years doing performance analysis and reviews.
He just looks young.
Yeah, I know, it's a gift. But the ability to kind of bring that measure of merit and bring it across an entire industry, I think is incredibly exciting. I'm really looking forward to working with the team at Futurum Labs and what they've been able to build in the data center side. They've done great work across HPC and AI and storage and hybrid cloud and everything like that, and building and growing that, and then adding in a client side to it and a device side and edge. And really kind of cementing a space for Signal65 to have impact in the industry.
Yeah, what I was really excited about is, I spent a few years at AMD and about 10 years at infrastructure companies, and most of that time was spent in product marketing and product management. And in the end, as product marketers, you always trying to figure out, hey, what claims can I make that are technology based, that can be backed up by something? And more times than not, they were looking, the end users were looking for an independent third-party voice to be able to validate those claims. Because every shred of research that I did said that when the vendor said it, it wasn't as believed than when somebody else said it. And I'm very passionate about this. I spent a lot of time when I was at AMD working with the performance labs myself. I enjoyed it, by the way, and I had a bench set on my desk even in my capacity, and I would be doing tests to try to find some magic proof point. I know it sounds crazy, but I really, really enjoyed it. And the other thing I also appreciate is that our engagements can be end up being public, right, if the client wants, but it can be information that we can share internally with somebody. Maybe they want a validation, they validated what their labs, their internal lab said or told them, or we can engage in a basis that could be external. So whether it's doing the testing, whether it's validating the testing, whether it's working on a consultative basis on, hey, 2 years out, what should the measure of merit be, and how should that measure of merit be run, and what should the measurement be? So it's really end-to-end how any of our clients want to engage us.
Yeah, so it'll be very quick moving. I mean, look, we've heard, whether it's been recent comments from Lisa Su here at AMD, or it's been other executives across the industry, we've never seen technology change and transform as fast as we've seen it change in the past year. And the ability as outside voices, trusted through our research companies, Futurum, More Insights, Shrout Research, also trusted through the lab, trusted through having data-centric platforms and intelligence measuring the market, that, we're adding a layer of highly required and necessary credibility that's going to go alongside with the sort of opinions that we bring to the market. Our opinions always be rooted in fact. And that's really what this industry needs, and I think that's really the ethos of what we're going to set out to do. AI is going to make this even more exciting. I know our lab is already, busy day in and day out working on testing and validating these solutions for some of the most exciting, like I said, companies in the world. And Ryan, with you on board, Pat, with you putting your energy into promoting Signal65, and of course, myself and the team at the Futurum Group pushing it too, I see this being a really, really exciting new company standing out on its own as Signal65. We hope everybody out there will check it out in the notes, look for the links, look for our social. We'll be putting out some of our content, strategies, ideas. We'll be sharing them regularly there on Signal65. And then, of course, we'll be sharing them all over social media, because that's what we like to do. But Pat, I'd say, you want to take us out?
Sure. So folks, thanks for tuning in. Again, like Dan said, check out our website. I can't tell you how more pleased I am with this and excited I am to join us. Tune in. Take care. Thanks.